The Indianapolis Colts and New England Patriots are two teams from the NFL. They both played in the AFC East division from 1970 to 2001. But despite this, the team's rivalry didn't blossom until this guy joined the Colts and that guy joined the Patriots. Tom Brady's first start was actually against the Colts. He won. In 2002, the Colts moved to the AFC South as part of a realignment that introduced the Houston Texans. This should have signaled the end of the rivalry, but because both the AFC South and AFC East were full of punching bags, the two teams would meet on a yearly basis. In 2003, the Patriots would travel to Indy to face the Colts. The Colts were getting their backs blown out, but made a furious comeback. However, Willie McGinnis faked a leg injury, causing a timeout. Because of the timeout, the Patriots defense were able to regain their senses and were able to make a goal line stand. In the playoffs, Peyton Manning, fresh off of his first MVP season, went to Foxborough to face the Patriots. There, Manning connected with his favorite wide receiver, Ty Law, 3 times for a historic performance. Hey, he can't do that. It's in the rule book. Okay. The next season, the Colts and Patriots would face off again in the regular season. However, Mike Vandershank missed a game-tying field goal after taunting the Patriots sideline. In the playoffs, the Colts would get totally dominated in the divisional round as the Patriots played keep away in the entire second half. By 2005, the rivalry wasn't as good as the NFL machine wanted it to be. Peyton Manning was the golden boy with 2 MVPs, but he kept getting dad-dicked by some kid from San Francisco. Peyton Manning got over Brady's dad-dicking and finally beat the Patriots in the 2005 regular season in a game that will forever be known as the "Oh my God, Peyton Manning finally beat Tom Brady" game.
We did it! We did it! We did it! Yay! Lo hicimos! We did it!
The NFL was ready for another exciting game in the playoffs, except both teams forgot they were playing in January and lost. 2006 was another installment of the "Will Peyton Manning finally win a damn Super Bowl ring" saga. The Colts and Patriots met in Week 9 of that season in the return of Adam Vinatieri game. That's not really the name of this game, but it's the first game that Vinatieri had against his former team. I guess he liked this shade of blue better. The Colts beat the Patriots in a game that was closer than the final score let on. Brady threw 4 interceptions that game. How do you like it?
We did it! We did it! We did it! Yay! Lo hicimos! We did it!
In the AFC Championship game, the Indianapolis Colts had home field advantage over the Patriots. The Patriots beat the favorite Chargers to get there, which probably did the Colts a favor seeing how the next 2 seasons ended for them. It was towards the end of the first half when the Colts remembered they were in a playoff game, and they stormed back from 18 down to win the game en route to their first Super Bowl title. But sir, the Baltimore Colts actually won a Super Bowl title in 1970.
Why you bringing up old shit?
In 2007, the hypest of all regular season games occurred when the undefeated Patriots faced the undefeated Colts in what many people call the preview of the AFC Championship game. Despite the Colts having a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter, the Patriots managed to come from behind because the Indianapolis Colts couldn't stop Julian Edelman Sr.
If you think an adult or child is choking, ask them, are you choking?
Well, obviously.
In 2008, the teams played in a rather lackluster game. Brady was injured and the Colts forgot they were an NFL team in the first half of that season. The game ultimately ended up relying on an Adam Vinatieri field goal. In 2009, the teams played in the now famous 4th and 2 game, dubbed that because Bill Belichick was so damn scared of Peyton Manning and his forehead that he elected to go for it on 4th down inside his own 30. He failed and gave Manning plenty of time to orchestrate a comeback. Manning found Reggie Wayne in the end zone and the Colts won. Colts fans rejoiced and couldn't wait to beat the Patriots again in the future. The next year, the Colts were pretty much a mess and would lose to the Patriots 31-28 after a furious comeback attempt. In 2011, Manning was sidelined the whole season and watched his team lose to the Patriots after Dan run out of the back of the end zone Orlovsky had a failed comeback attempt. In 2012, Peyton Manning returned to the NFL, but he was a Bronco. However, Andrew Luck was the signal caller, and the rivalry looked to be back on the menu. The Colts lost. In 2013, the Colts would travel to Foxborough after a crazy comeback game against the Chiefs. The Colts lost. In 2014, the Colts were ready to take revenge against the Patriots. Oh, did I say revenge? I mean, they will lose in the regular season and get their backs blown out in the AFC Championship game. Hey, this ball feels kinda light. The Colts blew the whistle and kicked off the Deflategate scandal, which made no sense because the Indianapolis Colts got dominated on the ground and not in the air. The NFL banned Brady for 4 games because of his involvement. The next year, the Colts played the Patriots again. Here's all you need to know about that game. Hey, McDaniels, I know our organization ratted on yours a few years back, but do you want to be our new head coach? Sure. Psych. The Josh McDaniels withdrawal of the Colts head coaching job left a sour taste in every Colts fan's mouth. The Colts would get their chance for revenge later on that season, but they got absolutely crushed, with Brady now going to Tampa Bay and the Colts still picking up pieces from the Andrew Luck departure. This rivalry seems dead in the water. Or is it?